Thank you very much, Chair, and thanks to the Taoiseach for his presentation. The first question I have relates to the website, which the Taoiseach referred to at the end as factual and informative, both of which descriptions, unfortunately, I would disagree with. Your ministers have been on the airwaves proclaiming this as a neutral website, a balanced website, a website that does not advocate a yes vote. If I could just read a short quote from the website. There is only one positive choice. Vote yes. Yes to investment. Yes to stability. And yes to recovery. That's contained in the website, stabilitytreaty.ie, paid for by the taxpayer as part of a speech from the Taoiseach himself. Does the Taoiseach not agree that it is entirely inappropriate to spend taxpayers' money in this way? Will the explanatory leaflet that he is proposing be of the same character? And does he not accept, why not use the Referendum Commission? It's precisely the Referendum Commission that was set up to have balanced debate, a balanced presentation of ideas of both sides and so on, but instead €2 million on a separate taxpayer-funded government campaign that, in my opinion, really is a propaganda campaign for the yes side if the content of the website is anything to go by and is potentially in breach of the McKenna judgment. Secondly, when the Taoiseach is engaged in what I consider to be scaremongering and false promises, why should the Irish people believe him? The same party that made the promise on posters at Lisbon 2, yes to Europe, yes to jobs, yes to Europe, yes to Lisbon. The Taoiseach wheeled out the same idea at the Fine Gael Ardèche. Again, his speech today and the campaign generally is peppered with references to jobs. Could the Taoiseach tell me how many extra jobs were created by voting yes to Lisbon 2? I can tell him that there's 79,900 less jobs in this country today than there were at the time of the second Lisbon vote, according to the quarterly National Household Survey. Thirdly, the question of stability. I don't accept that this treaty will bring any sort of stability. How can imposing savage austerity in Ireland and across Europe bring austerity? How will we meet the structural deficit target in Ireland? €5.7 billion plus potentially over €8 billion worth of cuts and extra taxes in Ireland. Where will that money come from? But most importantly for me, does the Taoiseach agree that this target effectively will mean €166 billion plus worth of extra cuts and taxes across Europe? These are our trading partners, and in the words of the IMF, simultaneous fiscal consolidation by many countries is likely to be particularly costly. Would he agree with the statement of Paul Krugman about the apparent determination of European leaders to commit economic suicide for the continent as a whole? That what this treaty does is turn the recession we're in, and which his austerity policies have led us to and deepened the crisis for us, into a deep, deep depression. The final question is just, it's clear, the centrepiece of the campaign is going to be about ESM second bailout funding. I don't accept it. I think it's scaremongering. I think we could access ESM if the government uses veto. We could access EFSF. We could access the IMF. In any case, if we implemented different policies, we wouldn't need it. But a clear answer. What was the policy of the government about the insertion of that clause? Did the government oppose the insertion or did they accept it?
Thank you. MEP Paul Murphy. The next